This is a quick video just to tell you about this button, the join button. You may not have noticed it, but it is now on the front page, right next to the subscribe button. So if you're not subscribed, then I would appreciate you doing that. But if you are, so of course you could take it one step further by becoming a member. And it's a very good system. It's integrated into YouTube, so everything in there. But essentially, it's just like Patreon. And if you become a member, you have certain benefits that you can, benefit from. You've got some benefits that you can benefit from. What can you get? Well, you get priority viewing, you get members only stuff, you get some discount on merchandise, and of course, if you are lucky, you may even get some free stuff as well for being a member. So it's very easy to do. Just click the button and fill in all the details, and of course you'll become one of a select few. Now, I want to just reiterate for anybody who's thinking, oh my God, I can't watch videos anymore, I have to pay. No, everything remains free. So this is for people that want to take it a little bit further. They want to support the channel financially and reap the rewards. And of course, there is no compulsion for you to do that. If you don't want to or you cannot afford it, it doesn't matter, because everything remains free. Obviously not the benefits though, because they're not free. Right, have a good day. Bye for now.
And now, here's the world's greatest...
What do I say? I say good morning, good morning. Hello, everybody. Good morning to you. It is Friday, the 22nd of May, and welcome to the show. So this is the daily live stream, daily thingamajiggy, that thing. Hello to number 6. Number 6 is in the house. And slightly before him was Tim. Hello, Tim. He's out there looking over the edge of the cliffs and making sure that we don't get any immigrants coming in the boats. We should provide you with a little bit of a so you can take pot shots. I am joking, of course. I would never authorize that sort of thing.
Flipping heck, that's decent.
Good morning to Brian. Hello, Brian. Glad to see that you made it this morning. Thank you for coming in. So we're going to have a chat today. We're going to try and promote a video. It is the Egypt series coming up very soon. If you're mind you, if you're a Patreon, then, well, you'd be one of these few people here, but you would know that there is a new series out, coming out very soon. And of course, you can also join the YouTube membership program if you want to. But of course, it is a new series about Egypt from the point of view of somebody that lives there. That somebody is Mr. Alfie. So Mr. Alfie is going to be coming on later, and we're going to chat about that video. I did ask him, but I don't think I said that we were going to have a chat about the video. I just said, come on live. Yeah. But the actual series is going to be out in a couple of weeks' time on the Andy Wright Travel channel. I just thought I'd play a little bit of the first bit of it just to give you a little bit of a taster. So have a look at this. Before we do that, let me just say hello to some people on Facebook. So hello to Anne Rosenberry and Andrew Banks. Good morning. Well, you'll be pleased to know, Brian, that there is another couple on there now. So we're up to about 4, I think. And of course, we'll have a look at that for a moment whilst you enjoy it, because it is quite good, and the title sequence is quite good too. Oh no, wrong one. Oh no, wrong one. Oh, which one is it? Which one is it? Oh, it's that one. Hang on. Let me press play. There.
Okay, so to do a quick little vlog, not a jog, showing you my home as it is. This is the front room, which is just a crash pad really when I'm watching the downloads. It's nice here at the beginning of summer, nice and cool, and I don't break my neck over bloody Bob here, who's around my feet. But I put those units in myself, bought a single mattress, and it's very comfortable actually. Nice little crash area. Then we've got the dining room, reception. Made the kitchen units myself, the drop leaf table, which I never use. I don't know why I made it. And made the screen to disguise the fridge freezer as you come in. Made this little seating unit.
Anyway, look, if you want to watch the rest of it, then you've got to either wait for it to come out in a couple of weeks' time, or you can go and become a Patreon member, and you can watch it now, along with several other episodes that are out. I think there's about 4 now, 4 episodes out. Of course, if you're a member, then you can watch them now. And of course, it's on Andy Wright Travel channel. And of course, it's our lovely Mr. Alfie Bob there, who's starring Alfie, or should we say Alfie Bob the Builder? Alfie Bob the Builder. It's a full. The first episode is all about his house, which I found fascinating. I mean, absolutely fascinating. But the thing I want to have a chat about with Mr. Alfie is about the next couple of episodes, because I'm actually fascinated by foreign countries, and as you well know, I travel quite a lot, and I've never really sort of been interested in going to Egypt for some reason. I don't know what it is, but having watched the video, I'm intrigued. So I saw some similarities between Egypt and Thailand. Now, what I haven't done today, which I've neglected to do, is actually give you the link, which I forgot to do. So I will give you that now. And anybody that want to come on and chat, you can do that. So please feel free, including Andrew number 6. If you want to come and play your intro, then do that. Feel free. I have cut my hair. Oh, well done, Tim. Fantastic news. As you can see, I'm still waiting to find a hairdresser somewhere. It's better that you play it. It's your video, so you can play it live on air. How about that?
Wait a second. I don't like the sound of that.
I will look at it later and try and sort you out a little jingle. But for the moment, we're not going to play that. We're talking about this particular new series just because I can, and also I'm trying to get some interest in it because I don't know exactly whether I want to put it on this channel because it doesn't really fit here with the type of video that it is about. It's like travel, and we don't, I mean, from experience, we don't really have any travel videos. Well, and when we do have them here, nobody watches them, and so there's not much point really, is there? Certainly numbers of views have gone down in the last few weeks, and of course that's the problem. Lots of videos are out there, aren't they? So people are watching, including me. I'm watching a load of shite. It's actually, I mean, I'm quite surprised what I watch.
Wait a second. I don't like the sound of that.
Right, let's have some music. Get some music going. What we got here? What the hell is that? Oh, that's all right. It's pleasant enough. Anyway, click the link. Come on, and you need to obviously authorize yourself via Facebook or YouTube. And don't pester me, please, Andrew. I've already told you. You should have I've got a pair of clippers, Tim, but I've got nobody to do it. I've got professional clippers. Here he is, Mr. Alfie Bob. There he is. Wonderful. Hello.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, good night.
Monster.
Yes. Yeah, I know. It's not very flattening. Flattening. Flattering. That's
it's the only one I had, mate. It's the only one I had.
Yeah, no, but I've sent you some others since.
I know, but I need to be able to cut them out. That's what the problem is. That
you're the man.
Well, I know I can't make a what's that expression? You can't make a sow's ear or out of something or some. You can't make a silk purse out of a sow's ear. Is that right?
Really rude thing to say.
That was very rude.
Oh, that was so rude.
It was rude. Sorry about
that. No.
No. What I was going to ask you, I wanted to find out more about that because I was intrigued by. Just tuned in and see I needed an ambulance. Okay, well we'll call you an ambulance. Yeah. Yeah, the pavements there. When you were going for that little stroll down the
the Corniche.
Yeah. Was there any way to go down? You went down the steps, but was there any other way down?
Well, when I first entered it at the beginning of the first part of the vlog, there are steps and a ramp.
Oh, so there is a ramp.
We have made it disabled friendly. And of course, at various points you can exit via a ramp or steps.
Yes.
There are more ramps than steps, actually.
There are more ramps. Oh, that's good news. Unlike Thailand, I'm not being rude about Thailand, but they're doing their best. But it ain't always good, is it?
Yeah.
And there was some comparisons, wasn't there, between the pavements. I was very intrigued to see the pavements were very similar in how they were made.
Yeah, the step ups and step downs off the sections of pavement are atrocious. There's nothing less than 12 inches. And, you know, I mean, Luxor, believe it or not, is popular with the older tourists. They just seem to like it for some reason against middle-aged or younger ones. And it really is a struggle for some of these people to dismount the pavement and then remount it so high. That one on today's preview one, that was the highest I've ever seen. It was near 18 inches high. And you really had to, you know, go down it sideways. Why they do this, I don't know. There's just no method behind the madness.
Do they have any drop curbs for, like, you know?
Oh yeah, they have. They have drop curb sections, usually on the corner of the pavement, similar to Thailand. But the problem here is 90% of the pavements are not worth walking on. Even the locals don't use the pavements; they always use the road.
Yeah,
and that's mainly because there's no laws governing spread out from the shops, so they'll stick anything on the from the produce they're selling or the little food carts in particular.
Yeah.
So it's an obstacle course. It's just not worth walking on pavements. It really isn't. And of course, they're in extremely bad state of repair. Not too bad on the immediate inner city because it's the main tourist hub. They're spending a lot of money making sure everything is good. But on the normal streets, you know, the main highways, the pavements are pretty bad. All the tiles are missing, they're loose, there's holes in it. They'll decide to remove a sign, they'll cut it off and leave the chunk of concrete and 6 inches of post left up. You know, you really have got to be careful. And, I mean, so they saw some common sense along the opposite side of the Corniche a couple of years ago, because when you were walking along the side of Luxor Temple, which is a very pleasant walk, you know, you can gaze over to the Nile on your right, look at the temple on your left, and then all of a sudden, smack, you nearly decapitate yourself because they put all the street signs too low. You know, well, they did actually raise those about 18 months, 2 years ago.
Yeah. Let me just say hello to a couple of people that have popped in. Obviously, we've got Simon, Mr. Chef. Thanks for popping in, Simon. I'm glad you got up out of your pit today. And also hello to Glyn from Thailand. Hello, Glyn. How are you?
Hi, Glyn. How are you doing?
Yep. So hello to Glyn. Welcome. Thank you. By the way, Glyn, I am number one. Andy number one. That's me. Yeah, we do have quite a few Andys, and don't forget the most important one is number one. What's that? Takeaway in 52 shops, fish and chips, blah 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 blah. Yeah, Morrison's Cafes. Oh right, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, we're talking to Mr. Alfie because we're talking about the new series that's on Andy Wright Travel coming up very soon. It's about Mr. Alfie's exploits in Egypt, and it's going to be a really good series, I reckon. We're just talking about, because I had a few questions, because obviously I'm editing the videos, and I've been fascinated. It's not a country that I initially was interested in going to. I just, you know, it didn't really appeal. But having watched some of these videos so far, I mean, we got 4 so far, I've been quite interested, but I do have a few questions, and this is what we're doing. We're we're having a little chat about that. So if you're not on Andy Wright Travel, then pop over there, go and subscribe, and later on, in about 2 weeks' time, you'll be able to watch those videos. Unless, of course, you're a Patreon now, and you can go and watch them now, because they're all on there. They're all on there. All 4 episodes so far, I think. So continuing our little chat with Mr. Alfie, the other question I had was that when you were walking down the Corniche, obviously there were a lot of people who were trying to either sell you something or get you to buy something or go into a cafe or restaurant. That seems to be very, very annoying.
Yeah, it's very excessive. Yeah.
And would you say that they target a foreigner more than a local?
Well, yeah, undoubtedly, because they know that's where the wallet is.
Mm.
You know, it's extremely rare that you will see an Egyptian local being approached by these touts, because they know the Egyptian people as a whole put far more value on the money in the pocket towards food and that than they do on a felucca or a boat trip or even a taxi or a caleche.
Yeah.
Or even the,
or a
I don't
cappuccino.
I don't know if you noticed the price list that restaurant guy was showing me, and I said I'll come back for a cappuccino later.
Yes.
40 Egyptian pounds for a can of Coke.
Yes.
Which at the moment is slightly over £2 sterling. You go in any shop, it's 4 to 4.5 Egyptian.
Really? Wow.
The reason for that is because the rents these guys are paying for that prime site on the Corniche, the lower Corniche, are so excessive that they've got to charge those prices. Now, the Egyptian mindset is knowing full well that when that restaurant in question was first developed, there was next to no tourists. If you go back 8 years, they would have had countless hundreds of passing trade any hour of any day.
Mm.
But now they're lucky if they see 3, myself being one of them, or a few other local expats that live there.
What's the reason for that, though?
Well, because they've got no future for the vision. You know, if there's a large customer base already in existence, you say, well, this is worth the gamble. We'll open a restaurant because the customer is there. But to open a restaurant when there's no customer there, and they know with the current situation, nothing to do with the virus, the current economical situation and the lack of interest in coming to Egypt at the moment, it could be 6 years before they see any decent trade. So they're not even breaking even. They'll be on a loss every day.
Yeah.
Now, what usually happens in these places, they have the morning menu, which is always at hand if they see a foreigner passing. But they also have an Egyptian menu, which will be basically half the price that you saw on that menu.
Right.
Now, in the evenings, Egyptian families will sit there and have a shy or even a glass of water or whatever, but at greatly reduced prices. So that enables them to tick over.
Right.
And of course, along that lower section of Corniche, in past years, there was thousands of tourists disembarking the cruisers every day, every night. But it's all gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
yeah. And I mean, I was fascinated because, it's very similar in appearance to maybe going down the beach road front there by the seaside. You've got the people hanging around trying to sell you stuff. You've got tourists, you've got locals just wandering around. I did notice that they don't move out of the way.
No, they
get through.
No, they're in your face, and they're not intimidating, but they're in your face. They don't respect personal space. They
Yeah.
don't acknowledge the first very polite
No.
reply of
Go away.
no, thank you. You know,
Yeah.
they'll keep on and keep on. And this is a game they play. To
Yeah.
show their annoyance with you saying no, they'll keep asking and asking, or maybe tomorrow, maybe later.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, now 90% of the tourists just stick the hand up, don't say anything, and walk past. But I find it extremely hard to be ignorant to anybody. So
Yeah.
if someone asks me a question or offers me something, I'll decline or accept. I've got to make that verbal response out of politeness,
Mm.
which is a mistake because they've like hooked you.
Yeah.
So I've got to be ignorant and walk on. You know, and I
Yeah.
might throw La Soprano over my shoulder as I walk on.
Yeah.
It does annoy you. Yes, you do get acclimatized to it and just accept it as part of living here. But it's only along there or outside of the temple entrances. On the other streets, you're totally ignored. You might get a fruit vendor or, you know, a coffee shop owner saying, "Would you like a shine?" That, but you say, "No, thank you. Okay, no problem."
Mm.
It's just along the lower and higher levels.
From my point of view, being like, you know, if I went somewhere, I would probably go on my own at the moment. So it would be like I'm tourist, or I would have somebody, you know, like a tourist guide. But for yourself, you know, you wouldn't need that. But you said that you went out with Kalia
Yeah.
purely because you felt that was a good idea, like for locals. Have you do you go out on your own at all like that?
Oh yeah. I do go out on my own. I've no problem with that. Never have had. But I mean, say Kalia is a bit of company. She speaks perfect English.
Mm.
But people are always wanting to stop me and know about me.
Right. Yes, I
Now,
did notice that.
yeah, they've only got basic English, and I've only got below basic Arabic.
Mm.
So I find it frustrating to answer the queries. And having Kalia with me, because she enjoys a walk around as well.
Yeah,
She's
and she's very funny as well.
she's an interpreter. Oh, she's got a good sense of humour.
Mm.
It just makes life that little bit easy, and it gets us both out. You know, yeah,
Because you've got that time when you had you were stopped and you had those ladies and they wanted to take your photo. I mean, that is
yeah.
just surreal, isn't it? Surreal.
Well, obviously, what you didn't understand because it was in Arabic. When Kalia was talking to them, they wanted to know who I was. Well, were we married? No. Is he married? No. What's he doing with you? All the quite normal but slightly personal questions. So the youngest one that had the glasses had asked
Yeah.
her, "Do you think he'd let us have our photograph taken with him?" And obviously she said, "No, no problem. Just ask him." And that's how that happened.
Yeah.
It's just a bit of a giggle
Yes.
with the younger girls to have the photograph taken with a foreigner.
Yeah.
I've had that happen many, many times.
It just seems very surreal that they would want to do that with a complete stranger.
Well, it gives them street cred. When they go back to school and she shows them the photographs on the phone, look who I had my photograph taken. If that happened in, say, anywhere in England, they'd expect to see Justin Bieber as somebody. But no, it's Alfie.
Yeah.
And it's, oh, you had a photograph with a foreigner. What was his name? Where did he live? How much money has he got?
Yeah.
You know, it elevates their street cred.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Yeah, it just seemed a bit weird and a bit surreal.
No, it happens quite regular. I've been in the middle of the supermarket and I've been asked, "Can I have my photograph taken with you?" Now I know for a fact that they don't watch Andy Wright Travel.
Yeah,
So
probably not. No,
it's just the way they are. it's meant with the best of intentions. You know, it's just a bit of fun. So
Yeah. It's just really.
yeah.
It was hilarious, really. I just.
Yeah.
And then,
But I mean,
obviously,
so the
when
young lads that
they might go
stop
home
me.
and ask their,
Yeah,
their dad might say, "Well, when's the wedding?" Sort of.
yeah. Hey, you're not far wrong from that. Try and find him again.
Mm.
He said on there, didn't he? He's not married. No.
Huh.
But the young lads, they love it, showing off and bit of bravado and what have you.
Yeah, yeah,
So they were quite polite, that group on today's preview. Usually they're quite nasty and
mm.
aggressive in their attitude. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
it's just knowing how to handle each individual situation as it happens. You know, even some of the adults can be like that.
mm.
And
Now,
having Kalia with me, they want to know, why is this foreign guy filming us?
yes,
Because they're very suspicious by nature.
yeah, yes,
So she knows to tell them that it's to show what his life's like in Egypt. It's a
yes,
safe country to visit. It's a nice country to visit, and everything's okay. And show his family and friends. They're very, very happy with that.
mm.
You know, you're not doing it on behalf of XYZ department, sort of thing.
Yes. Not
Uh,
secret police or something.
yeah.
Yes. Andy, number 5, has just said that they do a similar thing in Thailand with their kids, that they make an effort to meet English speaking people, and they include photographs and things in their essays in school.
Yeah.
So I can see where that would come. Yeah.
Maybe the same attachment was towards that. You know,
Mm, mm,
you'll never find out the true reasons unless you're directly told what the purpose of the photograph is. But I just take it as a bit of fun on their part, and no problem.
yeah, that's right.
But the difference is, Andy, foreigners here are viewed on with far more suspicion than they are in Thailand.
Yes.
And that's because of the religious values.
Yes.
Now, unfortunately, the years I've been living here, there's been 3 or 4 really bad incidents of paedophilia.
Right.
Two French guys, a German guy, and an English guy. That to all and sundry were, you know, were very highly respected people. 3 of them actually had businesses here.
Oh, right.
But obviously, when it was discovered, they were kicked out of the country. That is what should happen.
Yeah.
Personally, after a few years in jail, but this is how the country approached the situation. And because those stories circulate at the speed of light, they don't say, well, they can't all be like that. It was just one bad apple. We're all looked on as suspicious,
Yeah.
you know, and yeah, I've been here 12 years, so that suspicion is not part of my life now, especially in Karnak, because everybody knows me, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But a lot of places I go in the city, people have never seen me before, because you can't catch everybody outside at the same time when you pass somewhere.
No.
But having said that, 60% are extremely polite when I pass. You know, they say morning, Savake, and how are you? You know,
That was
it's just,
noticeable. Yes.
yeah. But I have seen the mothers drag the daughters away from my direction when I've been approaching. You know, as if I'm carrying the plague before the plague hit the planet.
Oh dear.
But you just accept it. It's all down to ignorance, you know.
Now, this may sound like a silly question for you, because I know, but from my point of view, right, security reasons. Now, I would be quite happy, apart from Bangkok itself, I would be quite happy to go around on my own, on my scooter, go anywhere I like and go down any street I like. In fact, I've done it I did it in Ukraine as well. I was walking down these back streets thinking, shit, maybe I shouldn't be here. But in Thailand, I don't feel that I'm in danger in any respect whatsoever. I didn't get that impression from if I was in where you were. I didn't get that impression being as safe. Do you think I would be, or do you think I'm right in worrying about that?
I'll answer that, but first of all, of a similar nature, I'll tell you what Nook told me this morning. I just happened to mention I hadn't heard any current news on Thailand lately.
Oh, yeah.
And she said she was watching a news report. It was either this morning or last night that a Falang was handing out 1,000 baht notes to who he considered needed it in the soys. Now, a bad guy was going around snatching these 1,000 baht notes out of the recipient's hand. That would never, ever happen in Egypt. Never.
Right. Okay.
When I first came here, I had a lot of gold. I had this thing about wearing gold jewelry. I had 9 gold rings on, gold necklaces, gold around my wrists, and I just loved the stuff. Yeah. Then one day I woke up and I just got rid of it about 7 years ago. But I was never in threat of having anything stolen off me, no matter what time of the day or night.
Yeah.
I'm honest when I say that this place is 99% crime-free. Now, you have house break-ins. You have the odd motorbike stolen. You have a bit of a drug problem, especially with the tramadol tablets and hashish.
Yeah.
But it is so far and few between. I personally have never. Oh, I was going to say I've never seen crime as such, but I did see a guy got shot.
That's a bit drastic.
It's about 10 years ago. I heard this kerfuffle. I'd just been to the bank, so I turned round. And as I turned round, my sight hit this police car coming to a screech in the street. 3 cops got out and started firing the guns in a doorway. And I just saw one of the Egyptians fall forward. Now, obviously, I shot off in the direction I was going. I didn't want to get hit by a bullet. But my taxi driver was telling me a couple of days later, when I told him about this, he said, yeah, the 2 guys had gone into the bank next door with a gun and demanded money. And they had a security screen and probably a silent alarm, I don't know. But they rushed out of the bank and dived in that doorway when they must have seen the police car coming. And obviously, it's just a waste of time asking questions, are you the bank robbers? So they just shot them.
Are you the bank robbers? Yeah, of course we
are. Straight off Monty Python. Yes, we are. Well, that's very naughty of you. Don't do it again, but you will have to come with them. Just bang, bang, bang.
Oh, dear.
That's the only incident I've actually seen, which wasn't really crime related to the general public as such.
Yeah.
It really, really is safe to go anywhere around the city. There's no places that people warn you not to go.
Yeah.
It's just okay. It really is.
Yeah.
No, I'm not exaggerating that fact. I'll say the vast majority of people, the ordinary common folk, are really nice people. Really are. Yeah. You've always got a bad element in any section of society.
But you've got it here, haven't you? I mean, I would not generally go round London even on my own.
I wouldn't,
because it's just not safe. I mean, but Thailand, I mean, I'd be happy. obviously not in Bangkok area because I don't really. Yeah, I think that's a bit dodgy, but anywhere else, acceptable. You know.
You do hear of crime on the streets
Yeah.
against the tourists, though, in Pattaya. You
Yeah.
know, pickpockets and chain snatchers for the
Yeah.
opportunists, which are probably drug related. You know, they want the money. As this guy that was snatching the 1,000 baht notes off the people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I think if you're careful minded, you know, if you go out there blatantly with everything on display, then you're only asking for trouble, aren't you? You know, but if you're security minded and you're aware of it, but the point is, I was trying to say was, if I was driving down that Corniche on my own alone on my scooter, do you think I would be safe? Do you think I would make it down the other end?
100% safe, no matter what time you did that trip. The only difficulty you would be having is crossing the deep ravines that they call curbs.
I did actually, you know, when you were going, I think it was the Visa place, you were going there.
Yeah.
Now, the thing that I did like was halfway across, they had that lower curb with the blue sign, and I've never seen that anywhere. And they need that in Thailand, actually, to be fair.
Yeah, there's a few of those about.
It's really good.
Yeah. But it's only half-hearted.
Yeah.
Yes, a disabled person such as yourself on your little truck can, you know, cross the road, get safe refuge there in the middle until the oncoming traffic has passed and you can cross over. But once you cross over, you're stuffed. you can't get up the curb.
Because there's no drop curb.
No. Yeah. So you'd have to get down the side street to it, disembark, walk up the stairs into the visa office.
Yeah. Yeah. So it isn't 100% ideal. I mean, did you see any? I know you probably didn't, but like in Thailand, you occasionally see native people in wheelchairs or with disabilities. You should occasionally see them, don't you?
The thing here is having a normal motorbike converted into a four-wheeled motorbike. So they have additional like stabilizers on the back, but full size.
Oh, wow.
There's a guy here in Karnak, he's got no legs. He's had his, oh God, as long as I've been here, you know, and he can get everywhere. He's got a large shopping basket like on the back. And he can still get a passenger on as well, Pillion.
Wow.
And a little shopping basket at the front. You know, and there's quite a few of those on the road, and they're quite cheap to convert as well in the local garages. You know, I think actually I catch one on one of the vlogs, but I can't remember if it's this set or the next set. But I was behind one in the taxi, and I made my usual ribald comment about that's an upmarket model for you. But it was only four wheels. But they're quite neat, good.
Yes, it looked quite nice.
Yeah, I've only ever seen one electric one here, and that was about 5 years ago. But there are Motability shops. You know, you can get all the paraphernalia a disabled person would want.
Wow.
And I presume the electric ones are available on order. But wheelchairs and stuff like that are no problem. You know, there are shops for them. That's
very interesting. Yeah, it's brilliant. Hello, Hussein. How are you? Hello. Good day to you. We're talking about Egypt actually today. Well, comparisons between Egypt and Thailand in some respects, but because we've got a new series coming out on Andy Wright Travel in a couple of weeks' time, we're just having a little chat about it because I'm editing the videos, and I had a few questions that I want to ask. So that's why we're doing this slightly different today. By the way, Andy, number 5, if you want to come on and tell us about that, feel free to click the link. More the merrier.
I think we all know now what Andy's number 5 view of Egypt is.
I think we do. He spent a month in Egypt, apparently.
He has to behave himself this time.
Yes, no naughty words.
Yes.
Well, it's
Or
all right.
disingenuous remarks.
Yeah. But as I say, this is a new series that's going to be coming out in a few weeks' time. And if you are I'm carrying on about it, but if you are a Patreon, then you can watch it right now. It's currently 4 episodes out, and it's very, very fascinating. I'm actually quite interested myself in watching it. Obviously, I'm editing the videos, so it's quite difficult for me not to watch it.
My favourite one of this season is me walk through the local souk.
Oh, yes.
God,
yes.
the characters I met down there.
Yes.
That was a really enjoyable day, that one was.
Yes. So you've got, I think you've got there's about 10 days worth there, I think.
Yeah, it's about 20 hours, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
Well, it's just a shame I can't get this hard drive out to you, because the second season is really, really good stuff. It really is. I will eventually get it to you. Catherine's still on about going to Germany if she can in August, so she can post it to you.
I mean, the quality of the video footage has been quite good, and the audio is perfect. Yeah. I mean, can't argue about that. One thing I said was that you do need to have a gimbal. I really think I think that's essential. I think that's going to be, a good bit of kit.
I've decided next time I go to Thailand, I'm definitely going to have one of those.
Yeah.
And I've already decided. Oh, this looks like bad news.
No.
It's Baldy. Hello, Baldy.
Uncle Fester's dad.
Oh, God.
God.
Hello,
I want to shave.
You could at least put your teeth in 4, 5, 6.
Aye.
How are you, Andy? Okay.
I am all right, Alfie. I'm all right. Listen, I'm going to be not controversial today.
Very good. Very good.
Shut your mouth, Andy.
Why not?
It's just that I got so much hate mail after last time you were on.
Did you?
No.
Really?
No. Hello, Archie.
I like the Egyptians.
Yeah, it's wrote all over your forehead.
Yeah.
I'm spending the first week on the farm.
Farm?
Yeah,
on Nook's farm. Then I'm going to Pattaya.
Oh, I'm going to say what the... Right, okay.
Yeah.
He's on about Thailand now, yeah?
Yes.
Utai Tani.
And spend a few days on the islands, and then back to Pattaya. The only thing that'll change that is she keeps changing her mind. Well, I might be back in Pattaya then, or I might still be on the farm. She's starting growing mushrooms. Oh, she's preparing for it.
Oh, hey, I'm doing that before my fucking toes.
Yeah.
In between your toes? Oh God, that sounds bad.
I prefer the more natural, organic way. It might just be me being fussy, but cream cheese mushrooms are not really my forte.
No.
I don't like mushrooms anyway. Well, her friend's doing it, right? And in 4 months, she earns 150,000 baht.
Wow.
Excuse me.
You're much better off staying there and concentrating on that than wasting your life in Pattaya.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Look, there's this, I don't know what type it is, but it's a particular type of bamboo that's grown for the bamboo shoots to eat. They're supposed to be mega delicious and quite expensive to buy.
Yeah.
And she's
they
looking
put them in
into
the
starting
soup.
that as well. So,
Yeah.
well, that's what I plan doing anyway.
Goes in the soup. Very nice. Bamboo soup
Yeah.
and mushroom soup.
Yeah.
Right,
But I don't
yes,
like mushrooms. Yeah.
Our lass, she loves going into jungle. My mate, he's back in Australia now, but he owns
That's where you
about.
met, isn't it, Andy?
Yeah.
Say
Oh.
again.
I
So
said
that's
he
where
owns-
Andy met, wasn't it? Where he used to
Where
live
you-
in the jungle, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, but she loves going to jungle and getting these baby bamboo shoots.
Yeah, Nook does. Climbs
Yeah.
up the mountain. Why? I'd go to the
No,
shop.
I means yes, sorry, yes. So she'll kick them off with her feet and kids are kicking off in the street. Oh, sorry, where were we?
Kicking
Bamboo.
bamboo with the feet.
Well, what's bamboo got to do with Egypt?
I
Nothing.
wasn't talking about Egypt. You said your lass goes up into the mountains for bamboo.
Nah, we don't have bloody mountains here, do we?
Well, I was too polite to say. You know, she likes going in the jungle for
Aye.
bamboo.
Aye.
Yeah.
Aye, she's going in jungle and kicking off with her
What the
heels.
fuck's that got to do with Egypt? Listen, do you want to sign? Do you want to sign off and come back on?
Hey,
I'll say I Andy 456. You say I am Mr. Alfie. What are you talking about? And I say, well, Andy's asking questions about Egypt, and then
I've
just
actually
save
got
yourself looking like a right twat on screen. I was,
hey, I can deal with that. I can deal with that.
Yeah.
Hey, I've got a
Yeah.
shepherd's pie in the oven,
In
Yeah.
the oven.
so I'm only filling my time in.
Oh,
it's
to,
very gracious of you. You could have chose to do anything else, but you come on here instead.
oh, cheers,
Yeah.
mate.
Oh, sorry, Andy. No offence to you. You say you've dropped me in the shit, Alfie, by saying
Why?
that.
Why?
Because I said something inappropriate, and unfortunately, I have a habit of doing that, don't I?
Well, he's all right. He's declared it.
What?
Just say goodbye to Hussein. Bye bye, Hussein. Thank you. See you next time. That's away. And Archie Love, my lovely Archie Love. Hello. Yep. Andy number 4. Andy number 4.
Is that
Andy number 4 is Andy Moore. Andy Moore, number 4. Andy 4. Andy number 4. So we do have an Andy number 4 now. We've got 4. We've got a 5, and we've got a 6.
The Andy Show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
doing all right. Thank you, Archie Love. How are you? Thanks for coming on. So we were just talking about Egypt just now.
Archie? My shepherd's pie's nearly ready. Andy, my shepherd's pie's nearly ready. My braised cabbage is on the go. And
All right.
last time I cooked it, I burnt the pan dry. So she's gonna kick the shit out of me if I do another pan dry.
Yeah, I did mine last week.
Yeah.
1.5
Now-
hours it took me to clean it.
Anyway, all right.
I'll see you lads later.
So I presume
Yes,
you're saying you want to go. Oh, he's gone.
He's gone.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh my
He's
God.
gone twice for me because I've got the television on watching the captions.
Yeah. Right. Fair enough. Oh my goodness.
So what was we talking about before we were so rudely interrupted?
I think we were talking about Egypt.
Yeah. But what aspect? Oh,
I can't
safety.
remember. Oh yeah, safety.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, you'd be 100% safe, but 85% inconvenienced with your disability.
But it's not. It's about that in Thailand, isn't it? Really, to be
Yeah.
fair.
See, for someone like yourself, your holiday would be made far easier in a wheelchair with a companion,
Mm.
and then that effort is reduced a good 50%.
Yeah.
Because the roads are dangerous here, especially the motorbikes, same as Thailand. They're Looney Tunes, and they'll treble overtake something just to get that little bit, just to get that little bit closer to where they're going, and
Yeah.
suddenly slam on the brakes and get back in the line of traffic. And that's just the police.
Allegedly.
Yeah. No, fact.
Oh, fact. Okay,
Yeah.
fact.
Yeah.
Oh my
No, but
goodness.
I know it all depends on what you're looking for in life, where you decide to emigrate to, if you're in the position to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And I've said before, this is the ideal place for me. I love the place.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
privilege to be able to stay here with all
Mm.
its ups and downs. But it wouldn't suit the vast majority,
No.
And no, I'm not here for the temples and tombs. I'm just here for the pleasant life it gives me.
Mm.
Like I'm always moaning about the temperature. I was sat outside this morning having a cup of tea after feeding the cats, and it was 40 degrees at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I showed up, you wouldn't believe me, I don't think. And so I knew today was going to be a hot day. Tomorrow is going to be a mega hot day, high 40s.
Wow.
But then it begins to cool off to gradually lose 10 to 12 degrees for the next 5 or 6 days. So that'll be a welcome break. But disregarding the high temperatures, it's a fantastic life for me.
Yeah.
And other people who've been here some longer than I have, they wouldn't want to live anywhere else.
Mm.
I say it's what you're looking for in life.
Well, it's certainly somewhere that you would have to go and have a look at if you were traveling and interested in seeing cultures, because it is an experience.
Yeah.
And certainly, when I look back at places I've been, I mean, Ukraine, I mean, people go, "Oh, you've been to Ukraine?" Yeah, I have. And it was very enjoyable. But, you have to go and see it. You have to be able to experience it. And I think Egypt wasn't really on my list of places to go. But I think having seen these videos, I think it would be somewhere I'd like to go and have a look at. Whether I go back there again, I don't know. Or whether I want to, return, I don't know. But I'd like to go and have a look.
Well, on the Red Sea, just a little bit out of Haggadah, you've got the El Guna area. Again, it was man-made by an extremely rich Egyptian as a project and a couple of friends of his. It is ultra-modernistic, ultra-stylistic, out of this world, unbelievable. And it's easily to see. Just Google El Guna, Egypt, and it'll come up and show you the place. Yeah, it's like 100% more expensive than anywhere else on the Red Sea. But it's something very special for that special holiday, And I do know a couple of people that actually do live there. But you've got to be able to afford to live there.
I know you live there and that you're there 24/7. But if you're saying to somebody like me, what would you say? A week or 10 days or 2 weeks or what?
Well, coming from the UK, a week's holidays is okay.
Yeah.
Because you've not got that heavy travelling really. I'm gonna say it was 5 to 5.5 hours from Manchester to Luxor, and if you're interested in a specific area, I'd always advise someone to research it on the internet first.
Yeah. Yeah.
And always have a second choice. But if you're determined to have choice A as your prime location, try it out for a week.
Yeah.
Because what is there will be easily seen and experienced within a week's holiday, no problem.
Mm.
A good taxi driver can show you 40% of it in the first 2 days.
Yeah.
And the rest you can spend on sampling the services or the local infrastructure to see if it suits your needs. Which, unfortunately, will be more negative for the likes of you than an able-bodied person. Mainly because the heights of the pavements, they're ridiculously high, and the wide gaps, and the lack of that many ramps.
Yeah, lack of drop curbs and things like that. Yeah.
But I do know a couple of disabled expats living here. One a couple of years longer than me. One's been here about 6 years. They get around, they just take life easy and take care of themselves, take it easy. But as I say, it's a curious country. It certainly wouldn't suit most people. I just took to it, so I'm lucky. I would not want to live anywhere else. I prefer living here than I would, say, Thailand.
Yeah.
Now, I feel quite comfortable.
It's a lot easier to live there, isn't it? Thailand's got a lot of these legislation things that you have to hoops that you have to go through, so they don't make it easy to live there.
You've got so many hoops to jump through to have a comfortable life, considering what you're prepared to put into that country.
Yeah.
We're lucky here with our visa system. Yeah, we have had problems 3 years ago, which was a sheer nervous wrecking nightmare for 2 years. But thankfully that's gone now, and we're back on the easy system. But Thailand, they're forever changing their minds on rules and regulations.
I know it's
people
ridiculous.
that, have the money and want to invest that money within the country by retiring there. They should be given the red carpet.
Yeah.
It should be taking them weeks to get through the queues of people that would want to take up that offer. But instead, they've shortened the queues to a handful themselves by suddenly changing the criteria, changing the amount you need, changing this proof, changing that evidence, changing this document you need. People just get pissed off and go to the likes of Vietnam. That's apparently piss simple to retire to.
Well, it's because you don't feel welcome, do you? I mean, why would you go somewhere where you're made to feel like a pariah?
And that's the difference. Foreigners are made to feel welcome here.
Yeah.
The government itself started that by implementing the rule that any foreigner can buy land, buy their own house, have full title to that house, sell it, build one, build two.
Thailand, you don't get that.
No. Who wants a 3.5 million back bloody condo that you can never own? It's ridiculous. I mean, anybody thinking of emigrating to Egypt, the first thing I would tell them now is whatever you do, don't buy property. Rent it out. There's loads and loads of really top class apartments to rent both sides of the Nile here. You're not stuck for choice. Every price rent wise is negotiable. And the thing is, if after 3-4 months you say, oh, I don't like it, it's too noisy, or it's too quiet, or whatever, just pack your bags and find another place, and so on and so on. You can't do that. Once you buy here, you're stuck with that property until you can give it away.
Yeah. Anyway, my last question to you before we have to wrap up today is about you, Seth. He's such a lovely guy. Tell me about, not necessarily about him, but tell me about the shop. Because you said that initially, you said, oh, it's not any customers for about 6 years.
No, well, Yusuf is a trooper. He's one of the nicest men I've met here. But the first guy that I spoke to, Hadjad, he's my immediate neighbour outside the door.
Yeah.
He's a great guy, you know. But Yusuf, he was married to a Yorkshire woman for about
that was
9 years. Yeah. This is not Yorkshire Bob the gold merchant that I was talking about in one of the vlogs. And something happened. He has a daughter in England. Whether they keep in touch, I've no idea. I don't ask personal questions, really. But he came back to Luxor, and that was a family-owned shop.
Yeah.
So he started selling gold, silver jewellery, and all the other tack you saw in the windows. And he named it Auntie Wainwright Emporium because of the Yorkshire connection.
Yeah.
And believe you me, that shop sign, if you searched it out on the internet, apart from the TV program, it would come up. You know, it was a tourist attraction because it was so unusual. And obviously, Karnak had thousands of tourists every year. And unfortunately, a few months ago, 18 months ago, the paint shop that opened next door burnt down and burnt all his signage down. So he never had the Auntie Wainwright made up again. But he will open that shop every single day in the hope of having a customer in.
Right.
And of course, there's been no tourist trade in Karnak to speak of for the last 5 years. You know, it started to wilt after Revolution #2, and it just disappeared altogether, sort of. You've got a few Yanks going in the Hilton next door, well, a few 100 yards up the road from him. But it's very rare that anybody goes in the shop. But because he's no family life here, that's his way of getting out and meeting people. He'll just sit outside the shop, dependent on the temperature, on his chair, reading his paper, having a cup of tea, chatting to the locals, because everybody knows Yusuf. And he's just one nice guy. He really is, you know. And I took to him the first time I met him. You know, we've been friends ever since. And this is what I try to explain to people. They've got this idea that, oh God, a Muslim country, I wouldn't go and live there. Muslims, on the whole, are really nice, cooperative, friendly people. You know.
Yep. And it's got because the problem is we put in there is about Muslim. There's a element of the religion which have abused it and taken it for their own purposes.
Well, yeah, terrorists.
You know, the majority of them are peace-loving.
They really are.
Friendly people.
All the Quran teaches about is peace and equality for any and all religions and peoples.
Yeah.
And people totally ignore this. You know, they look at Al Qaeda and blah blah blah. You know, they are terrorists. They use the Quran as a weapon.
Yeah.
You know, they redefine what is there in black and white to justify their acts of terrorism.
So they take out what they want and twist
the Muslim people despise them. They really do. They do not want to be associated with this type of person.
Yeah.
So 99.9% of the Muslim population, and I speak only of Egypt because I know Egypt, are really nice people.
Yeah.
And I'm proud to have them as friends. God knows how many Muslims I have as friends. I've lost count. And the only thing a Muslim will ask you or expect from you, no matter what your nationality is the same amount of respect given to them as they quite freely and open give to you. You know?
Yeah.
And it's all about respect in all walks of life, never mind this country, but any country.
Exactly. Any country around the world, isn't it? Really, to be honest. Yeah.
It's so difficult to get a respectful response from a lot of people in a lot of other countries now.
Well, even over here. Terrible. Yeah. Nobody respects anybody. Hello, Rudy. Good afternoon.
They all seem so angry.
Yeah, it is. It's got worse, isn't it? Maybe something in the water.
Maybe this this virus has an angry gene to it.
Maybe. But we're just watching the episode, the first little bit of the episode there of the new series, which you can find on Andy Wright Travel in a couple of weeks' time, unless you're a Patreon member, in which case you can watch it now. And it features Mr. Alfie Bob himself. I did notice that you kept on referring to Mr. Alfie Bob. It's quite funny.
Yeah. It sort of sticks with you because you know the people that's going to be watching it before you consider all the people that will be watching it here in Egypt and various other countries by the forums I'm putting it on.
Yeah.
You still live with your Thailand persona.
Yeah.
I mean, even Kalia started calling me Mr. Alfie.
Oh, she's funny. She is. I think she's definitely a keeper.
Yeah. Oh, she's a very good friend.
But you do realise that Guinness has a white head, not a red.
Yeah, I know it's a rather derogatory term, but I've been calling them bottles of Guinness that long. It just slips out.
Let's hope nobody takes offence to that, because
no,
I didn't know whether I should leave it in or not.
Yeah.
Well, I left it in anyway. So.
Yeah.
So
well, it's only in reference. Yeah. It's only in reference to Kalia, and when I told her what a bottle of Guinness was, she thought it was quite funny.
Well, exactly. It's funny, isn't it? I mean, it's only when you get these idiots they take it the wrong way. And,
I think Muslims have got a good sense of humour. Believe me, it's totally different from a Western sense of humour, but you know, it's there. They like better than a good joke and a laugh at somebody else's expense. Yeah,
that's good. Well, I have to say, Alfie, I've really enjoyed today. It's been a good chat.
Yeah, probably bored the pants off everybody else that's been watching, but there you go.
Well, you know, I mean, we've had this similar sort of numbers the whole way through. We've got 11 or 12 at the moment, but we've had that all the way through. People have come and gone, basically. Hello, Rudy, and welcome, and everybody else that's watching. We were just talking to Mr. Alfie about the new series on Andy Wright Travel, and that's it for this week. We're done.
Oh, it's Friday, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Friday. Nothing tomorrow.
No.
And we're back on Sunday.
FFIT. FF, rather.
Yeah. With Quiplash Sunday afternoon, 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
Okay, then. Nice talking to you, Andy.
Yeah. I'll catch you later.
And the rest of you.
Thanks for the chat.
Yeah. Catch you again. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Hope you enjoyed today's little show. If you haven't, then basically tough titties. Oh, of course I can, Glenn. I can say I can do better than that. I can do better than that.
Happy birthday to you.
We can sing. Are you ready? Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. La la. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, little Glyn. Harry. Happy birthday, Harry. Happy birthday, mate. 2 years old. Wow. Brilliant. There we go. There you go then. Thank you, Glyn. Happy birthday to Harry, and have a good birthday. And welcome to, thank you to everybody for watching today. Last one of the week. And of course, we'll see you on Sunday for our usual 2 p.m. show. So thank you, and be safe. Be safe.
And that's my cue to exit.
I'm pretty tired. Think I'll go home now.
This is goodbye.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
When you gotta go, you gotta go. And I'm going to go right now. So thank you, and good day.